Euphoria. Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Shoo! Shoo! Let's go! Shoo! The Boogeyman is here. Shoo!
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay.
He waited a decade for this, Aubrey.
Them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away? Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. I hate when a rapper talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns. Then I hop online like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park your son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's not nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're Cole and Ivory, know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit that Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me, I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies, I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crashed something. Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell them where you get your abs from. V12, it's a fast one. Bow, bow, bow. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? Hey, Top Dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit, only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. Ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet. When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see 2 bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Try cease and desist on the like that record. Oh, what? You ain't like that record? Back to back. I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. Then tell them to pray, know nothing about that. Then giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering. You don't know nothing about that. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20. If I gotta smack niggas that right with you, yeah, bring them out too. I clean them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny he was in a film called AI. And my sixth sense telling me to off him. I'm a blick niggas all in they coughing. Yeah, OB-ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be a New-Haul King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Tell me your cheesing, fam. We can do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas, I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all niggas like, field goal punt y'all niggas, they punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas, and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't wanna do. Ooh, we don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. Stop.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, huh?
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. My camera's fucked up. The camera's fucked up, but I do not need it right now. I will get it right in a second. Anyway, anywho, I'm your host with the motherfucking most chill motherfucking Murray. Shout out to everybody tuning in or not tuning in. It's the Live from the Spot podcast. You know what it is. Like I said, I will get this camera correct in a second. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, y'all see what happened today. Y'all see what happened today. The Boogeyman is here. The Boogeyman is here. And he ain't come to play. He ain't come to play. Kendrick Lamar has dropped the new diss record to Drake. And it is scathing. I tell you, scathing. Let me get this camera back right for a second. Aha. Aha. Here I go. Here I go. Alright. A little blurry. Hold on. I'm still a little blurry. So anywho, we're gonna get right into the motherfucking lyrics of this joint because it is a lot. That's the first thing I want to say. It's a lot. It is a lot. My man, Drake, you asked for this. You asked for this. You asked for the double entendres, the triple entendres, and all that. You asked for this, brother, and you got it. Okay? You know, I already knew. See, that's the thing. I already knew that Kendrick was going to come this way. I already knew that he was waiting. And I said to myself just 2 days ago, I said on a Friday, I was like, he going to drop something next week. He ain't got no choice. Because everybody talking about some he on the clock shit and all that. I'm like, he ain't got no choice now. But at the same time, I think he was waiting. He was waiting to see the sting come out of these records. Number one. Number two, someone that does have access to Tupac's estate, I don't think y'all realize, is Kendrick Lamar. How else would he have got that? Remember, we talked about this as well. How else would he have gotten that Mortal Man? Remember that? Not Mortal Man. The record that he did on Pimp a Butterfly at the end of that had Pac on it. So, was it Pimp a Butterfly? Yeah, it was Pimp a Butterfly. Pimp a Butterfly, I believe. Whichever album was. The one that had Pac on it. You know what I'm talking about. The record that he was talking to Pac, asking him questions back and forth. So Kendrick has always had access to that, and I am willing to bet that is how Drake got a cease and desist from the estate of Tupac. So if y'all haven't been following along, there has been a chess game behind the scenes of this cease and desist shit. We went over the fact that Drake had sent the cease and desist to French Montana to put the hold on the record for the album. Then there's also chess games of other records being stopped by Drake, supposedly behind the scenes, allegedly, which we get into the lyrics of this record as well. Then there's the tailor-made freestyle that happens a couple weeks ago that we reported on, in which Drake uses the AI voice of Tupac. But when he does that, the estate of Tupac says, you can't do that. I gotta come down. Well, you gotta pay some money. Which Drake has at his pocket, of course. But for him to just take it down off the streaming services, that just told me something else was going on. And the only thing that could be possibly going on would be, like I said, a cease and desist coming from Kendrick Lamar. We can't act like Kendrick don't got pull. He may not have as big as pull as Drake, but we can't act like he ain't got no pull whatsoever. That boy multi-Grammy award winning. Okay, he has way more Grammys than Drake. That's another thing. See, Drake can't little bro Kendrick. That's another interesting angle that Kendrick knows right now. And that's why he waited a decade long to even beef with Drake. Nigga, you can't little bro me no more. You can't talk all that. Yeah, you can talk all the business shit behind the scenes shit with my contract and all that. But nigga, don't be talking about the money. I don't give a fuck about that already. Don't be talking about your accolades, because I got more to you. Don't talk about any of that. Because if we're really going to go there, we can go there. And like I said, Kendrick has a lot more accolades than Drake does. If we're talking about awards, unfortunately. Now, Drake has all the number one hits, the most this, most that. But if we're talking about the hardcore, you know, the physical awards, Pulitzer Prizes and whatnot, Mr. Kendrick Lamar. Okay? So let's get into that record again. We're going to play this record again, but we're going to go through some of the lyrics of it. So first things first, right? First things first. Get my chain right up here. So first things first, right, that we want to point out is euphoria, okay? A feeling of well-being or elation. Apparently, it is the change in mood. The feeling of euphoria and reduced anxiety that prompts people to start using this dangerous drug. They had almost a week to recover from the euphoria of Tuesday's series winning story. Tuesday's series winning story. I like how he chose to put this in here too, right? He chose to leave that part in there at the bottom, that series winning story, because Drake is the executive producer of a show called Euphoria. Like I said, we're going to get into the details of shit today. We're going to get into the details of this today. Where we at? Here we go. It says, this comes from menshealth.com. So what exactly is Drake's role on Euphoria? Most of the cast seems to have seen him exactly once. With the premiere of the provocative new drama Euphoria, HBO just might have a hit on their hands. Behind a major star like Zendaya, who's built herself into an influencer as well as a talented actress, with big-time projects like the upcoming Spider-Man Far From Home, the show has a sturdy base. But it's also played up by the involvement of a certain rapper slash NBA fan slash former Degrassi star in a major way. Drake's name throughout the entire rollout of the HBO has just been thrown in there. Uh, it was there during the show's end credits. He was there smiling at the red carpet premiere, and most headlines associated with the show have made sure to mention his name. But what exactly is Drake's role in Euphoria? We know that the creative driving force behind the show is creator Sam Levinson, but said the much of Euphoria's addiction storylines were mined from his own life. And who had already established his dark, chaotic teen drama mood with his film Assassination Nation. We also know that outside of a very cringeworthy cameo in Anchorman 2, some brief cringeworthy acting in music videos, and yes, some okay appearances in SNL, Drake has hardly interacted with the film television side of things since his last appearance in Degrassi, which was back in 2009, which brings up our question once again, what's his role here? Yes, it's certainly possible that Drake's Degrassi pedigree would make him a worthy while producer on the teen drama show. He grew up on Degrassi, and saw how it's done. But also, how likely do you think it's Drake is sitting around in the writer's room, crunching up pieces of notebook paper and screaming next like he's John Jonah Jameson? Not very likely. Not very likely. So, being executive producer on the show, of course, he doesn't necessarily have to do too much as far as like the writing and, overseeing of the directing and things like that. He pretty much just has to sign off on a lot of things and pretty much give his own ideas. But that's pretty much it, and the investment of the show, of course. But that's actually one of the reasons why the actual record is called Euphoria. So pretty clever chess already by Mr. Kendrick Lamar. Because remember, Euphoria is also a teen drama show, right? Are we following? Teen drama. Kendrick is playing chess, not checkers here with the teen drama part because of Drake's allegations with underage women. Now, let us get into the record. Because he starts off with bar 1 on this motherfucker.
Woo, shit, my man said
Euphoria.
So, that little all that was, if we look at the lyrics, I'll show y'all real quick. If we look at the lyrics, says backwards, everything they say about me is true. That's what that reads backwards. So already, we starting off bar 1 with a subliminal to the man. Everything they say about me is true. You remember how Drake in Taylor Made basically was trying to Eminem himself almost? And basically say, yeah, all them things about me is true, whatever. You better say all this shit, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to give you the ammo right now so you can't say it type shit. So Kendrick plays off of that with the everything they say about me is true part in the very beginning of it.
Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling.
When you started off with your superpowers are just dimming in front of me and I'm just watching this shit in silence. So everybody has already been talking about for the past year or so that Drake is not the same Drake he used to be. He don't got the same flair he used to have. He don't got the same oomph. When he comes out, it's just, Like, perfect example, the Scissor record. Remember the Scissor record he dropped? For the single? For all my dogs? Didn't do too well. Didn't do too well at all. It didn't have a Drake oomph like it used to have. The last album, For the Dogs, didn't have a Drake oomph that it used to have. it took him coming out with that EP, that extra rap EP, to go on top of For the Dogs for everybody to shut up. Like, nigga, what you doing? Honestly, Nevermind was probably the last good Drake album. Everybody would agree, and that was his dance record album. But as far as like Drake albums are concerned, Drake, like I said, hasn't had he ain't had his Drake effect that he usually has. That's what Kendrick is referring to with them superpowers are dwindling in front of me. You're not the same Drake that I used to, have to hear about all the time on the radio. It's not the same where you're just running up the charts all the time no more. I don't hear you as much anymore. Your voice is starting to just, get quieter and quieter and quieter. And you got to run around with all these new acts just to stay afloat.
You're moving just like a degenerate. Heavy antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale.
So fabricate stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale. That was when Drake basically had taken a little shot at Kendrick's wife on push-ups. So fabricated tales saying that basically he was saying that his wife was cheating on him or whatever, or that possibly he was cheating on her and wasn't trying to say nothing about it. So once again, Drake was just trying to fabricate some stories which didn't hold no weight.
A pathetic master manipulator, I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make.
Okay, so let me even bring it back a little bit just so I could catch that little part too. So
collection, I make music.
Yeah. So the FUBU line, right? Here's where the FUBU line came from. So Drake had stepped out wearing a blue FUBU shirt. And the founder of FUBU was pretty shocked about it. He was like, oh shit. You stepping out in FUBU? You, Drake, stepping out in FUBU? Like, he couldn't believe it. He was basically pretty much shocked. Like, yo, this is something that could help out the hip-hop culture. Seeing him doing this more. My pages are selling me. Oh my gosh. Almost feel like they don't want me to know the information on the boy. It's cool though. It's cool though. That page don't want to refresh. Anyway, Damon Johnson. Let me see if I can just find the extra right here too. Dre. I'll just do complexes. It's fine. Since TMZ is whack. A picture of Drake sporting his new hairstyle is making the rounds on the internet, but FUBU founder Damon John is focused on the rapper's outfit. While hanging with Kevin Durant at an NBA open run, Drizzy was on the sidelines sporting a bright blue FUBU tee and jeans. The brand, which was founded in 1992, became a go-to calling card for rappers and young people alike, garnering several $100 million in sales revenue worldwide. John told TMZ that seeing Drake and FUBU over 30 years after its inception was a surprise, but it's a testament to the foundation he and his partners carved out. He also credited Megan Thee Stallion and Chris Brown SZA for keeping the brand alive as well. So, what was interesting about the picture was what I think Kendrick was really harping on. That's why he made a little funny about it with, we know you rock Tommy Hilfiger. We know you rock the white people shit, the Tommy Hilfiger. But you stepping out in FUBU, kind of funny to me. And of course, Kendrick knowing people will pull up the picture of Drake and FUBU and seeing this ridiculous hairstyle. And the first thing people thought about with this hairstyle Was remember the Boondocks? You remember the Boondocks? Oh my gosh. You remember this guy? Remember Thugnificent? That's basically who Drake looked like that day. So, like I said, Kendrick is just playing chess and not checkers with these motherfucking lyrics. Like I said, he knew niggas was gonna look that up. He knew damn well everybody was gonna look that part up right there.
Music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual pacify 'em. I can double down on that. Tommy Hilfiger
Listen to this whole little 8-bar scheme right here. We're gonna break it down.
stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too.
So, I'm gonna just read the lyric too, just so I can make sure we get it correctly here, right? I make music that electrify 'em, you make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you a master manipulator and habitual liar too. So, that line, see, when I'm a writer myself. So, the first thing that stood out to me was the random acts of kindness bar, okay? So when you saying random acts of kindness, what are you referring to? What are you getting at when you saying that? Or should I say, who did you hear say that is making you use that as a punchline at the end? And the first person that came to mind, because Twitter started talking about the pacify part, and everybody said that you make music to electrify them, I make music to pacify them. No, I make music that electrify them. You make music that'll pacify them. He's talking about for the babies. Talking about for the kids, for the teeny boppers. So when I thought about that, teeny boppers, somebody big. Is he saying Millie Bobby Brown? Was he talking about Millie Bobby Brown with the pacifying part? If he's talking about kids, because the next thing was, I'll spare you this time. Random acts of kindness. Let me show you something here that I pulled up with Millie Bobby Brown in reference to that random acts of kindness part. Millie Bobby Brown acts of kindness. Look at this. Kill the bullies with kindness. Was her thing basically. Was kill with kindness. Choose kindness. That was her look. One small act of kindness. So, again, Kendrick is playing chess, not checkers. Now, why Millie Bobby Brown? If you guys don't know, Millie Bobby Brown was linked to Drake for past couple years now. Past couple years, there's been a rumor about, Drake supposedly grooming Millie Bobby Brown behind the scenes. Oh, I hate this damn thing right now. Wait. Okay, so Drake 36 defends his friendship with Millie Bobby Brown 19 in his new song lyrics. After years of facing heat for his friendship with teenage actress Millie Bobby Brown, Drake appears to have finally addressed his critics. The rapper 36 name-checked the Stranger Things star 19 the lyrics of his new song, Another Late Night, in what seems to be a diss toward those questioning the pair's friendship, which dates back to 2017. Weirdos in my comments talking about Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby, look, bring them jokes up to the gang. We get to really flocking. He raps on the track, or send a finger to your mama in some FedEx boxes. So basically, he got defensive about it. The song, which features on his new album For All the Dogs, comes 6 years after Drake Brown first met in 2017. Okay? Which Millie Bobby Brown was pretty underage in 2017. She was 14 at the time. when they first met. Okay? Remember, Drake is 36 right now. So for him getting super defensive about this, Twitter's done nothing but troll him over the years about the whole Millie Bobby Brown thing. They've trolled him about the Billie Eilish thing. They trolled him about a few other girls. There was the girl that was 17 when he did his concert that came up on stage, and he said he didn't necessarily know that she was 17, but he did his little routine with he does the little kisses on the neck and whatnot and making him feel sexy, whatever. But he didn't know the girl was 17. So Kendrick again, chestnut checkers. That's why he said the very next thing he said was, I could double down on that, but I'm gonna spare you this time. Random acts of kindness. And then he did a little funny for the Millie Bobby Brown thing. This boy good, man. This boy good. That boy good. That boy good, yo.
But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
And then this beat switch is ridiculous. Cardo and Soundwave. Johnny Giuliano. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his homeboys and them types L.A. solo, okay.
Okay, so there's a couple of things there, right? Of course, the Michael Jackson reference. That was very obvious, of course. The Benjamin and Joe in my house. The Benjamin and that Jackson in my house, like I'm Joe, okay? Talking about the Michael Jackson reference again, with him about to pass Michael Jackson soon. I think whatever next record he puts out, he's supposed to pass Michael Jackson. Talking about Drake. But that line about the Hellcat. That line about the Hellcat stood out to me a lot, yo. That line about the Hellcat stood out to me a lot, and I'm about to show y'all why. Pause that. I'm about to show y'all why real quick. So, just to read the ball over real quick. Got a Benjamin and Jackson all in my house like I'm Joe, okay? Hellcat made his homeboys and them types sell their soul, okay? Everybody want to be a demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. So, very detailed line right there. Very detailed line in referencing to the demons, right? When he says everybody want to be a demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. So there was a couple of different things that could have been referenced in there, right? Which would have been the rumor of b.l.a.c and Drake's involvement in it. Talking about everybody want to be a demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. Because he was talking about Top 5. Top 5 is one of Drake's homies that considers himself a demon. He's actually called one of the demons in Toronto. See, a lot of people didn't even realize that part right there. People thought that was around that was in reference to the Future. I'm calling him nicknaming himself Demon or whatever. It's actually in reference, I think, to Top 5. Drake's homie. Let me play y'all something real quick. Let me make sure it's something. Let me where I'm at. 125. Right.
Believe it or not, Toronto is a city full of goons, but none of them are as wild as Top 5. The rapper is best known for hanging with Drake, and he even said he was Drizzy's personal shooter. But now, Top 5 got himself caught up in a crazy situation with the law after going live while on the run for murder. Let's see how it all went down. On January 31st, 2021, a college student named Hashim Omar Hashi was on his way out to get dinner with a few friends. He got back to the crib that night around 9 inside the building's parking garage. As he was trying to swipe his pass to get in, someone ran up on him from behind, shooting his car and killing him. Police later found a black 2017 Honda Civic that was set on fire not too far from the murder scene. The Honda matched the description of the one used in the shooting, and police believed it was the shooters. At first, the cops was confused. Hashi was just a college student with no gang ties or criminal record. He was going to Humber College to be an accountant and wasn't known to have any enemies. But he was definitely targeted, because he was the only one in the car, and the shooter caught him with his guard down. The area Hashi lived in was known for gun violence, and at first, they thought maybe he was killed by mistake. But an arrest would soon be made. In February 2021, police arrested 22-year-old Hassan Ali, aka Top 5, in connection with the murder of Hashim Omar Hashi. Top 5 is a rapper from Toronto, best known for his association with Drake and his rep as a real demon in the 6. Police don't know if he was the shooter, but they think he was in the back seat at the time of the murder. They say after Hashi was killed, Top 5 and another dude went home and changed their clothes. So he got arrested and charged with being an accessory to murder after the fact. Top 5 was always a controversial rapper. He came up in the Lawrence Heights neighborhood, also known as the Jungle. He first built a buzz in 2014 with the track Hall of Fame, featuring Robin Banks, and Shirt Off on Any Block. He liked being in music videos with no shirt, and he even started going by the name Shirt Off Shawty. In an interview with Noisy, he said the shirtless trend started in 2013 at the OVO Bounce tournament. NBA player Brandon Jennings was there with his shirt off, so Top 5 took his off too and took a pic with him. That turned the whole crowd up. He posted it to IG with the hashtag #ShirtOffShawty, and ever since then, it's been his thing. Drake was at the tournament too, and Top 5 got a picture with him shirtless as well. This is where their friendship first started. His career got a massive boost after Drake reposted him on IG and shouted him out in songs. In December 2013, Drake posted a picture of himself watching one of Top 5's videos with the caption, "Back to the 6, word to Top 5. A few years later, Drake mentioned him on the track Grammys from his album Views. On the song, he raps, "Boys better back off me, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. Like I'm shirt off, like I'm shirt off, like I'm shirt off shawty. Whole city going crazy, whole city going crazy. Top 5 no debating, Top 5, Top 5, Top 5. In the bar, he says the rapper's breakout song and his nickname, then also drops his actual rap name. So it was clear Drake was rocking with Top 5. They were spotted together on multiple occasions, confirming that it was more than just a name drop. So, with a cosign from not just the biggest rapper from his city, but the biggest artist in the world, Top 5 was on his way to taking over Toronto's rap scene fast. But like most, his love for the streets kept him from reaching his full potential with music. Top 5 ran the GGG gang from the Jungle, who allied with the Upper Jane and Driftwood neighborhoods. He was also known for going on DJ Academic's show to talk about the work he put in on the streets. One time, he said way too much when he told Academics that he was Drake's personal shooter, and if he had problems with anyone in Toronto, the GGG gang would take care of it.
Yeah, I'm Drake's shooter.
Oh, shit.
I'm not lying to you. Anybody disrespect Drake, I'm shooting you.
Damn.
But all the clout must have gone to his head, because if he was really about that life, it probably wasn't too smart to be giving details on Academic's show.
Nigga, why would you say that? Nigga, what? Wait. Nigga, why would you even say that, bro? And then specifically say, yeah, I'm Drake's shooter. Loud and clear. I couldn't even believe he heard that shit. Nigga, why? Why even just be that specific and say, number one, you're a shooter, and then you specify yourself saying you're Drake's shooter. Anybody disrespect Drake, I'll shoot him.
He was also known for dissing ops on social media and threatening to snatch rival rappers' chains. He was a real problem for his enemies and one of the most hated rappers in the city. Not long after Hashi got killed, Top 5 will be on Global News talking about his career as a rapper. He tells the reporter that he wasn't really about the life he claimed and only did it for money and attention. The news segment was called Meet the Black Canadian Artist Pushing for More Change after the George Floyd movement. The clip painted a picture of Top 5 trying to change his ways and help his community against violence. But in reality, he just got done being a part of an execution-type murder of an innocent member of his community. Maybe he got the scoop that police was on him and tried to clean up his image before they made an arrest. But the news segment wasn't fooling the police, and he got charged with accessory to murder a week later. But the cops ain't have enough evidence to keep him, so he ended up getting released on bail. He was told to stay on house arrest and wear an ankle monitor. He also wasn't allowed to use any social media platforms, but his management team was able to post for him. But he wouldn't be out long, because in May, the police upgraded his charges from accessory to murder to first-degree murder. This was after they found out Top 5 cut off his ankle monitor and did the race. But instead of disappearing and staying low-key while on the run, Top 5 will pop up on social media like nothing happened. He went on IG Live, chopped it up with fans, showed himself drinking and working in the studio, and basically just acted like nothing happened. He said the allegations against him wasn't true, and it was all a big misunderstanding. He even called out Toronto's mayor and requested a sit-down. But he also called him a goof and said that he's the one who really runs Toronto. The post got so much attention that the mayor responded by telling the rapper to turn himself in. Obviously, Top 5 ain't listened and instead pulled a Tay-K and dropped a music video called Movie featuring YG and Bun Dog, which quickly ran up millions of views. But all the flexing would lead to his downfall, and police caught the rapper in Los Angeles in October 2021. It's not clear exactly how they found him, but he ain't really make it that hard. Going on IG Live and dropping music videos that give away your location is never the best move for a dude on the run. But I think all Top 5 cares about is the clout and not the consequences. Especially when you go back and see all the live streams of academics where he pretty much tells on himself for a lot of the dirt he did in the streets of Toronto, but then tries to turn around and say it was all cap and that he was just doing it to make money. So Top 5 is gonna have a tough legal battle. It don't seem like the police believe he's the one who actually pulled the trigger, but going on the run while taunting the cops and even the mayor ain't gonna help his case, especially since he was already banned from using social media. It's still not clear what happened that night and if Hashi was killed on purpose or if they got the wrong dude. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, and fans gonna have to wait and see what happens once the case goes to court. Stay posted for updates.
So, interesting enough about Top 5, and we're going to get back into the song in a second. Interesting about Top 5 because, remember, the line is still, everybody want to be a demon till you get chipped by a throwaway. To get chipped by your throwaway. So, another thing that happened with Top 5, interesting enough, was that him, Drake, a rapper by the name of 600 Breezy, and 6ix9ine for some reason, were all in the Broward Circuit Court document that had showed up on Wednesday, listed by the defense in the b.l.a.c Tentacion murder. The biggest thing that popped out was, of course, Drake's shooter and Drake himself being implemented in the murder. Now, what stood out to everybody about that was that he also got subpoenaed to come to court. Interesting enough, after that, would be the lyrics on I'm Upset by Drake, in which he also raps SMS b.l.a.c. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead? That's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. Now, both of those lines were ended by skr and skr. The crazier thing about that was that it also implemented another murder that Drake was also supposedly involved in, which would have been his friend Anthony Soares. But I want you to listen to this clip here from the actual court day with b.l.a.c Tentacion.
It didn't comport with the narrative that they wanted to pursue. Okay? In the same breath, before X died, he said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by 2 masked men, right? He came out on social media and said, guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No. They never did that.
And you're right, they never did. So look at this. Because that guy was actually pretty right. Triple X actually did post on social media along with his other friend. This is from his page. If anyone tries to kill me, this is Drake's IG name right here. I'm snitching right now. Now, interesting enough, what would follow that would be a post from his friend. I ain't saying nothing gonna get me in trouble, but I know what you did, Aubrey. Makes sense while you was watching mine and MO Instagram stories after Ja died. These would be Triple X Tentacion's last last Instagram posts. But that was one of the biggest ones that stood out to people in court. If anyone tries to kill me, it was Drake. Isn't that something? Now, there would be other lines in which Drake would mention this. Or should I say, in which Drake would mention both of these shootings for some reason. In the record 8 a.m. in Charlotte, I'll never forget reading these lyrics, or should I say hearing these lyrics, and just wondering to myself, what would even possess him to say these? Let's see. Here we go. All right. You young boys take some time. You young boys take some of that money and set it aside. Not having enough to pay your taxes, federal crime. You niggas obsessed with me and it's not on no hetero vibe. Handle beef so quiet, you think I'm letting it slide. Next thing you know, we tiptoeing past enemy lines. Diss me so long ago, we making your memories fly. Conspiracy theories starting to float round like the Kennedy guy. I'll probably hold a grudge against you guys till I'm 75. The tiptoeing past enemy lines. Diss me so long ago, we making your memories fly. In reference to the time distance in between Drake was dissed by Triple X and the time that he actually passed. But that wouldn't be the first time Drake mentioned something with a shooting. Look at these lyrics about daylight. I'm geeking hard, don't know what to take, don't know what I took. My doggy got booked for acting like Book. My doggy got booked for acting like Book. He shot him and damn. Shot him in daylight. Shot him in daylight. Shot him in daylight. He shot him. He shot him. What? Shot him what? Shot him in daylight. Shot him in daylight. Shot him in broad daylight. Triple X Tentacion was shot in broad daylight. My doggy got booked for acting like Book. He's talking about top 5 there. He's talking about top 5 in this line right here. My doggy got booked for acting like Book. But remember, I said he talked about another shooting as well. It was a double entendre with the I'm upset part. Right? The double entendre is the why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead. Skirt. That's the only way that kind of shit to get some respect. So there was a gentleman by the name of Anthony Soares in Toronto that was Drake's friend that got killed. And everyone said it was overkill because of the actual video. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead? Once again, Kendrick is playing fucking chess out here and not checkers. He knows some things about this man, and he is not scared to let y'all know.
September the 14th, 2017. Anthony Soares, who was described as a very close friend to Drake, life was taken in an unsolved crime. Let's get into the story and we'll talk about Drake's tribute to him later as well. On September the 14th, 2017, Soares was dropped off at a Toronto community housing high-rise near Kennedy Road and the 401 around 3 AM. In one hand he carried fast food and in the other a drink. The OVO sound affiliate had barely entered the building when two trigger men targeted him. The CCTV video captures the last minutes of this man's life.
Which of course we just watched, so it was very sad to even see something like that.
The shooters wearing hoodies and masks trapped him and riddled him with bullets through his body until their semi-automatic handguns were empty and he was literally just there helpless. Coppers say the killers unleashed at least 24 of rounds and they only stopped firing when the target hit the ground. They said that they then hopped into their car they had arrived in, a 4-door white Ford Fusion with tinted windows, and headed north on Kennedy Road. The Toronto police were criticising Drake for not posting up saying anyone with information come forward. He was just posting tributes, but it's not his job to solve the case, but they were just saying that it would help if he put up a tweet on his big platform. The men were seen fleeing the scene of the incident but were hooded up and this crime is still unsolved. Drake tributed him saying, "RIP to one of our family members, our brother. I still can't believe this morning was real. It was an honor to have shared years together and I'll always keep your memory alive."
Can shed any light into a possible motive?
That's part of the reason why I'm here. He does have a criminal past with the Toronto Police Service, and the family were certainly aware that that may, surface during the investigation. So he is known to us. I can indicate to you that he was involved in a relationship. He had a young child that lived in the city of Toronto. He was not on any current charges. So we're still looking in. He was not. We're looking into his lifestyle and his background, but as it stands right now, part of the reason for being here is to find out what the motivation is.
What about his relationship with the rapper Drake? Drake actually, as we know, put a Instagram post saying that this man was part of his family. What can you talk about when it comes to that?
Pretty much the same as you know. I've spoken to the family of Mr. Soares. They indicated that he was known to Drake. Drake was a friend of his. Many of the family members have met Drake. And I certainly would encourage him through his tweets to encourage anybody within the community to come forward.
Want to be a demon till you get chipped by a throwaway.
In solving his friend's murder.
And still 3 years later, no justice, no one has been found for taking this man's life. It's crazy. It seemed like a planned attack, how they had it all set up. Literally, as he come into them flats, they were ready to just start hailing bullets towards him and have their getaway car ready as well. They discussed this also in a press conference about it being a targeted attack.
Certainly was very targeted. I agree with you. It was very focused. It was certainly overkill. Mr. Soares was clearly the target of the attack. There was another individual who was present that's clearly associated with Mr. Soares, and he's still alive and he was allowed to leave. So whatever animus or whatever baggage that Mr. Soros had with these two individuals or any part of a group that they're associated to, at this point it remains unknown, but they were certainly only interested in the deceased person in this particular case.
He was actually mentioning Drake's lyrics as well on his song No Long Talk. He said he's a fixer if ever got to fix things. Just no man like Fifth, who's talking about he's a sickers. You'll get tanned, you don't miss things. Just no man like me, I'm a sixer and I oversee the whole thing. Drake's also got a tattoo in tribute of him also.
Is he believe that somebody sort of tipped him off as to where he was maybe, or were they watching him?
Well, that's certainly something I'd be very interested in, and certainly my investigators and I have had a lot of conversation about. Is that is it somebody that was following them? Is it a happenstance meeting? Is it somebody who knew that he was associated to this car or the individual driving that car? Those are things that I'm interested in.
I might have missed this because I stepped out for a moment. Why did Mr. Soros and his friend, the driver, go to 6 Glamorgan Avenue that night?
There is a specific reason. I don't need to or want to get into why they were there. That reason, it was an innocent purpose, and as a result of that, I don't want to comment on it.
Face the casket. Carry the casket with both hands and side step your way through. Please mind your step when you come up. You feel that side? You want to support him?
As you can see, Drake there helping with the casket as well.
We're just going to pause here for a moment.
Where they were beforehand, like before coming to that building?
I do, and again, it's evidentiary in nature, and it's something that I'd like to keep to ourselves for the time being.
What about the Ford, the suspect vehicle? Did you get a partial plate? Could you track it down? Was it abandoned?
We did get a partial plate, and that investigation into the suspect motor vehicle is continuing. My hope is, despite the fact that there's not a lot of facial features that are shown of the suspect, the one in the burgundy hoodie, for example, despite the color, is wearing like scarlet red running shoes. There may be some familiarity to that individual and the vehicle, and that's the purpose. There has to be an investigative purpose for showing this type of material to the general public.
Drake was targeted after his friend's passing, with people saying there's a lot of trouble around Drake. It said in recent years, Toronto-born rapper Drake, who is presented with a key to the city in February 2016 and has held a party where people were shot to death and toured with an artist facing serious criminal charges, and has a label OVO Sound that has signed a convict and has now lost a close friend to gun violence. They also detailed all the different times there's been trouble linked to the rapper, but none of the stuff was his direct involvement. It was just people around him that got into certain situations, then he co-signed them after, signed them, or brought them on tours. Drake don't really seem like that kind of character at all, but does actually have a lot of friends in that life. They get in certain situations, but he is not to blame for it. His friend's passing was very, very crazy, and it's still unsolved 3 years later. Rest in peace to him.
Which, interesting enough, that the murder is also still unsolved. So many bits and pieces to this, isn't it? But let us also continue with the Kendrick Lamar record. We only a minute 25 into this. We only a minute and 25 into this K-Dot record. And K-Dot is just, like I said, the boy is scathing. Like, this is harsh. The shit that he pulling out the woodworks is harsh.
Woo, shit.
The shit Kendrick is pulling is harsh.
b.l.a.c solo K. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face?
So think of those incidents basically that we just talked about while he's doing this scheme right here.
Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight.
I hate when a rapper talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then I hop online like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky.
So, it's two parts right there we're gonna get into. So, the whole daddy line, right? Now, he's not talking about his actual father with the killer part. He's not talking about his daddy with the killer part. He's not talking about Dennis Graham with that. So, where we at? Oh, yeah. Oh, you thought the money and power, the fame would make you go away? Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever walked inside your... Oh, yeah. Where we at? Oh, yeah. This part. His daddy a killer. He want to be a junior. He want to be a junior. They must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I'll park his son. So, there's two double entendres right there. His daddy a killer. He want to be a junior. They must have forgot that the shit that they done. I think that daddy line is talking about Lucian Grange. And here's why.
They say rich baby daddy, it's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa.
So, I'm breaking this shit down. But remember when Kanye said that, and I'm like, rich baby daddy, daddy. He ain't talking about Dennis with the killer shit. He talking about Lucian. And reason why he was talking about Lucian with that, allegedly. Reason why he's talking about Lucian with that is because of the whole shit that he's involved in with Diddy. And the possible things that, the possible information that's out there, allegedly. Who this boy Kendrick? Who that boy? That boy here. And then the dementia line. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I'll park his son. Dementia is actually in reference to him talking about his mom. Little people know. He talked about it actually in a couple of records. Not in a couple of records. He talked about it in an interview actually. As well as he made a reference to it on a record. I'm trying to think what record it actually was. I tried to pull up the actual lyrics of it, but I noticed Drake's good at hiding shit, I see. I couldn't necessarily find the part where he actually talked about his mom starting to show signs of having dementia. And that was pre her having the surgery on her spine and getting things together. So like I said, dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I'll park his son. Basically, his mom had a spinal surgery because she was starting to develop signs of Parkinson's and dementia. Kendrick is smart as a bitch, yo, with these lines. That was a hurtful punchline right there. The dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I'll park his son. That shit was just brutal to his mom. I don't think people caught that line right there either. But his daddy a killer, he want to be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done. And then he follows it with the daddy and mom. Man. Let's get back to it. Shout out to everybody tuning in or not tuning in, yo. Kendrick is not playing fair out here in this motherfucker right now, yo.
Lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight.
I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns. Then I hop online like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park his son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit.
So of course, cutthroat business, you got shit twisted. So somebody had told me you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cutthroat business, you got shit twisted. Remember when I told you before in the beginning, I think Kendrick is the one that got that cease and desist on Drake for using that Pac voice? I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cutthroat business, you got shit twisted.
What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay, there's 3 ghosts left and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly.
Hold on. It's 3 goats left and I seen 2 of them kissing on stage. Three goats left. I seen 2 of them kissing on stage. Wait a minute. He's not talking about the big 3 there. He's not talking about that. 3 ghosts left and I seen 2 of them kissing on stage. That sounds like a Diddy reference right there. No. 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 I know you're talking about. One of those ghosts he was talking about is Wayne. Because he seen Wayne kissing Birdman on stage. That happened. Because I remember he considered himself a GOAT with Wayne. Kendrick has said that on record. I wonder who that third one is, though, that he's talking about, though. That's a scathing one, too.
You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. You're Cole and Ivory, no, I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. I'm no selling. You know I got They had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay, there's 3 ghosts left and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. You're Cole and Ivory, no, I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef.
So I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. Basically saying that, yeah, I know you niggas is my peers or whatever, but I ain't afraid to murder you niggas at the same time. YNW Melly is actually he's on a murder trial right now for killing his own friends. That's why he chose to do that little flip right there with YNW Melly. He's on trial for killing his own friends. But if we do if we're doing our, if we're following along here, that also is in reference possibly to the YNW Melly line, is possibly in reference to Drake being implemented in killing his own friend. Possibly. Just throwing that out there as well. Then we have, I got language barriers, huh? It's no accent you could sell me. Yeah, Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish nigga. This crown is heavy, huh? Again, that reference to there ain't no big three. It's just me. Now, I don't like you popping shit for real for him. I don't like you popping shit at for real for him. I'll inherit the beef. So on First Person Shooter, Drake poked fun at the Pharrell, the fashion show, the Louis Vuitton fashion show, and saying that he would have showed up there had he had known what was going on there. So Kendrick says, you know what? I'll take that on. And of course, the very next line is the...
Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T.
Of course, Pharrell being with Pusha T in the Clips, you know, Pusha T and Malice was with the Clips. Who signed them first? Pharrell. Just for people that don't know that correlation right there and why those two lines are together. I don't like popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I'll inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. Now, fuck all that pushing P is in reference to him actually being on Pushin' P. Drake was on Pushin' P. So supposedly Drake was on Pushin' P. I didn't hear Drake on that, but when you actually Google it, let me show you something real quick. When you put in Pushin' P, I think maybe he's on a sample or something like that. But look at this. This is the part I didn't understand. Because when you look up the lyrics, I don't see any mention of Drake necessarily. But I see P Power featuring Drake. I just don't recall Drake being in the actual record. But see, when I see shit like this, and I see him next to him like this, it's making me think of some things, you know what I'm saying? What exactly is Mr. Kendrick getting at? Because he follows it with...
You better off spinning again on him when you think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics.
You see how he follows it up with make niggas gonna wanna? You see how he follows it up with that? Where's that at? Right here in the lyrics. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. Bruh. What this man know? What this man know?
Not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest is. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
That was hard right there. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. But right before that, it's like he's... So that whole little scheme right there was in homage, in reference to DMX. People had found that out earlier. I believe even Ak had pulled up the joint earlier with him saying that. So where's it at right here? Where's that part in the verse? So it's been about love and hate. Now let me see, biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves. So they hate the way that you everything basically, right? Was in reference to this right here.
Lyrically?
Absolutely. I feel him. I'm not gonna say lyrically, but I feel him.
You just said lyrically though.
He's not a great lyricist. I feel him. Yeah. No. No, he's not a great lyricist.
We're talking about lyrics.
I feel him.
Oh, right.
I feel him.
Right.
Like if I had to compare them, I'd say like Rick Ross is dope lyrically. You know? If I had to compare the two, I'd say Rick Ross was more like Biggie, Jeezy was more like Pac. Because Pac wasn't the best lyricist, but you felt him.
Rick Ross looks more like Biggie.
Rick Ross got lyrics though.
Well, I guess.
So
You gotta
DMX.
love DMX.
Now for you.
I'm just not impressed, man. Real talk. I'm just not
So
impressed.
who impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
Me.
Okay.
J. Cole is nice. J. Cole is nice. You know, lyrically, I heard his first song on the radio before I even knew who it was. Like, damn, who's that? You mean? Something like just grabbed my attention like that.
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's
spitting.
alright, man. He just talk about eating and girlfriend too much. How much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? Huh? Like, alright, let's talk about something else. I know you got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin. Okay, good for you. Damn, I mean, come on, I see a whole nother side of the coin, son.
What do you think about Lil Wayne?
We got a good relationship.
I think everything you said about Wayne is exactly everything you just said about Ross is what I think about Wayne.
Yeah.
I think all he talks about is smoking weed.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of nothing.
I said we cool.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
My man.
He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Man. Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake.
I
don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I
be trying to
I don't
tell
like
these
his face. I don't like the way he walks, like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Oh my God.
Damn it, man.
No, but listen, that's why DMX is necessary. You know why? Because when you got these legendary hip, this is why the game has gotten so whack. You got legendary hip hop figures who just get these guys passes.
Yeah.
Who don't say anything. Who don't say it's okay.
No dudes, nothing.
It's okay to say, yo, this dude is whack. I think he's whack. It's okay to say that. There's
Too much politics.
It's too much politics. You don't gotta act like you like something for what?
Too much gulping and burping.
Oh my God.
And for those that don't know what that means, sucking,
They got it.
Rest in peace to DMX. DMX pulled no punches. he pulled no punches whatsoever. Back to Euphoria.
Way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me, I'm what the culture feeling.
So, again, the reference to remember Drake on For All the Dogs was talking about, he fucks with 25-year-olds. He fucks with a lot of toxic women, women that treat him like shit or whatever. And it's basically the quote-unquote bad bitch syndrome. So, I hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women. Which, that's the talk about here. Notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm with the culture feeling. Which, the culture does feel like that. I talk to my best friend about that all the time, and she always battles me back and combats me, shout out to Kayla, that not every woman is quote-unquote like the baddie that is portrayed out here. There's a lot of meme and GIF videos that'll show the dumb quote-unquote baddie, like perfect example, the lady with the Cheesecake Factory, and she turned down Cheesecake Factory. So not all women think that way, right? I can understand that. Not all women do think that way. There are some good women that'll love to go to Cheesecake Factory that probably have never been, that are very decent out here. But it's the culture, right? It's the culture and the fact that we're addicted to the toxicity of things. We're addicted to the baddies, quote unquote, with the BBLs, and not just the regular good women out here that's just working a 9 to 5. We more introduced to, we more for the Ruby Roses and less for the shorty that's just getting her bar degree, passing her bar for her lawyer, passing her lawyer shit. You know what I mean? Because she's a little bit more, not high maintenance, but you might not want to deal with her being intimidating intelligent wise. You might not want to deal with, you want to deal with the dumb girls instead of the intelligent women. That's what it boiled down to. I can't say it no more simpler than that. I can't say it no more simpler than that. Fellas fall for the dumb hoes instead of the intelligent ones. Intelligence is intimidating, women. But that doesn't mean that y'all become less smarter. That means remain the way you are. And the right one will be there to follow along.
How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies.
So, how many features do you feel like you're black enough? So, the reason why there's been a lot of, for example, Rick Ross doing the whole white boy thing, and everybody saying Drake want to be black, Drake want to be black, Drake want to be black. It's really in reference to when Drake had done blackface, and Pusha T had let out the story of Adidan. And people have not let him up but this shit since. Now, he actually will explain what happened with him in blackface. So, it's 2007 photo starting doing rounds online after it was posted on Pusha T's Instagram and SoundCloud as the artwork to Push's latest diss track, taking aim at Drake, the story of Adidan. Now let's read down here. I know everyone is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify this image in question, he wrote on his Notes app, Drake, and shared it via Instagram story. I was working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast. The photos represented how African Americans were once wrongfully portrayed in entertainment. Me and my best friend at the time, Mazen Al-Sadiq, who is also an actor from Sudan, were attempting to use our voice to bring awareness to the issues we dealt with all the time as black actors at auditions. This was to highlight and raise our frustrations with not always getting a fair chance in the industry and to make a point that the struggle for black actors had not changed much. So, it was actually a project that he had done. But, of course, social media will not let anyone live that up when you see someone that is, of course, of white and black doing blackface. But, of course, we all know Drake is actually black. We can tell that by, of course, his father, Dennis Graham. But it also raised the theory to me, which, of course, I want to say you can't hide the damn nose. But is this the same nose that Drake also had surgery on? So I wondered to myself, I just wondered to myself, could there be a theory to where that it was not? And I'll leave that one out there. But I don't believe so. I will go on record in saying that. But could there be a theory of such? That Dennis is not. The world will never know. The world will never know.
Like Drake when he act tough, you gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crash something. You're my first one, like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that.
Oh, that line was crazy. But this line right here about Puff.
Really feel that you're black enough. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crash something.
Make a nigga bring back Puff. So there was a rumor about Drake and Diddy getting into a fight over 0 to 100. And Elliot Wilson, I think, can tell the story better than I can. So apparently, it was in a club in close proximity. In the same time, Diddy also had the run-in with J. Cole.
Like, you don't see Charlie. I was like, you're going to feel this. You're going to feel the voice. You're going to feel the POV, but you're never going to see me. I'm not going to that party. I'm not going to Puffy's party. I'm going to random strip clubs in Queens that you're not going to
Puffy's party. You heard that, right?
Yeah,
You heard
I know
that,
it was
right?
coming.
Yeah. Don't. I heard
Back in the day.
Yeah. Wait. So wait, just fuck it, right? So speaking of Diddy, you wanted to talk about the big Diddy story. You know what I mean? You wanted to talk about it with J. Cole. Yeah.
Everybody want to talk about Diddy. Okay, so one of my favorite moments, and Cassie's involved too. So.
Oh shit!
All love, calm down, man. Everybody, all love to Cassie. Right. All love to everybody involved. Okay, so just telling the story. So that MTV, so basically the whole, and it's because Cole eventually rapped about it, so I feel comfortable giving my little version of it because Cole rapped about it on. Finally admitted that he had a little scuffle with Puffy. So I didn't see the scuffle, but the story behind it, from my POV, I think is entertaining. So. It's MTV VMAs in New York City. I think it's in Brooklyn, it was actually Barclays, and I had bought a place in 535 Dean Street, right near the Barclays, before the Barclays opened. I sold it since then, but that was the first place I ever bought. So
let me go ahead and walk on across the street,
Yeah, let me check out what it. No, but I don't think I even really. No, I did get in, but towards the end, I just kind of.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, where's the after party? But it's like, after party going back to Manhattan, there, after party, blah, blah. Okay, boom. I'm dolo. I think my wife was out of town. So I'm with the shits. Like, where's it popping tonight?
Let's
like,
go. We in the
so
city.
I'm dolo. Dolo Strollo. So I find out there's supposed to be some party at this place and 2 Chainz is supposed to be there. I get to that place, it looks dead, blah, blah. Then it's like, no, Puffy has this thing at a hotel. Puffy got a party, hotel, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, I go for that. I don't really know nobody. I bluff my way something. I come in, I bluff myself. I get somebody recognizes me. Yeah. I get in, I come in, boom. So it's actually a really problematic road. Russell Simmons, Cassie, Puff, J, B, and that might have been there first on one couch because the party's just starting. It's like 12:31, blah blah. So that. I'm like, oh shit, this really is like supposed to be the party. Like, oh shit, like
I found it. Yeah.
So because I'm cool with Jay, I get to kind of mill around the little area. So I'm milling around the area and drinking with everybody. I'm not sitting with them. I'm just kind of lingering in that little section.
So you can talk your shit. You know what I mean? Go ahead and talk your shit.
So I'm just lingering. As the party fills in, I'm like, okay, this seems like it's gonna be an interesting night. So people start to pour in like different entourages and actors and shit. So Macklemore comes in.
Hey, don't that guy. Hold on, don't do that.
Yo, his laugh is epic. This man's laugh is epic.
I can't explain how Macklemore was that guy in 2013, man, before he went left.
Had to be there.
So Macklemore comes in, and I fuck with Macklemore. Macklemore used to come up to the Ego Trip office with B.Dot, and I was fronting him back then, but like he had his moment. This was his breakthrough. So Macklemore's like the big pop star.
He gives off like bad like youth pastor energy.
Oh my God.
Like, I was trying to figure out like what is about him, but he gives off youth.
Lamar. Well, your man's right here. What's your name?
Orlando.
So where Orlando is, Kendrick Lamar there. He's got the little New York hat with 40-ounce van, the hat he had.
Shout out to 40. Yeah.
Shout out to 40. He's like this little. First of all, he's in a club. Kendrick Lamar does not go to shit.
So you already.
So Kendrick Lamar sit.
Wait. So Kendrick was there the night that Puff smacked Drake. Wow. You heard it here first. Kendrick was there the night that Diddy smacked Drake.
The thing, his little legs is swinging. He looks happy as fuck. I look at K-Dot. I go, yo, K-Dot, what's up, baby? It's like, yo, what's up, He's looking at me. He's just laughing. And I'm just like, I look at the ground. I see like broken glass and blah, blah. I'm just like, I thought like, my mind was like that just like fans or somebody acted up.
Or like a female got a little drunk.
Yeah,
They had to kick
invaded
her
our
out or something,
section and got spilled out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Cal like, yo, niggas is tripping. So the guy said, I don't know what's going on. So then I still sitting over there. Punch is over there. Punch will tell you that Punch loves telling the story. He tries to link it too. Punch from TD. He loves the story. He's gonna do a documentary about it one day. Shout out to Punch. No, but I didn't realize that there was a dust up where, Cole had walked in there with Ebe and whatever happened with his conversation with Puff went left, and I heard he pushed Puff down. Puff had pushed Cole down, and then what I will say is whatever little tat-a-tat they had, I never saw security get somebody up out of there so quick. So security cleared out Dreamville quickly. So by the time I came back, all you saw was the broken glass and
empty couch. Like,
empty
wait a
couches,
second.
and it was back to party. And it was like,
Shout out to Diddy Security.
So I literally missed the whole dust up, and then I'm just like, and then Puffy's looking at me kind of crazy because he's like
frazzled a little,
because he's also like, you look at me, it's like, oh, he's the journalist guy. Does he know what happened? Blah blah. So he's kind of looking at me crazy after night. So I'm like, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, this is getting kind of weird. So I kick it with them in their section for a while. I'm like, all right. This is a crazy night. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah. I didn't even know at the time what happened. So I'm starting to leave. And then I start to walk out. Here come Drake and his entourage. And me and Drake are cool back then.
You really found the spot.
I found the spot. Drake comes in with CJ, all the Toronto guys are all coming in, blah, blah. And Drake's a little distracted because I guess Drake had heard Cole had gotten into it.
So he walking into a little battlefield.
He's walking into a little heated.
What's the energy going to be like?
He a little tight. Yeah, and I'm like, he's walking in, and then all his boys is like roping me in. So I'm like, I can't leave now. The Toronto guys is here. So I'm all in the fake 6-guy thing. And then like we're running around the thing. And then at the time, I guess he wasn't good with Rihanna. They had the off and on type shit.
Yeah.
So Rihanna has her own section. And she's turned up. She's like, fuck.
Showing out, yeah.
And then he's trying to avoid her section.
Yeah.
She's yeah. He's avoiding her section. I'm like, this is the most insane part. Then now we're like at 2-3 in the morning. So then I finally leave them and I go back to the area thing when Jay's at, but I see Justin Timberlake. So Justin Timberlake.
Damn, man.
Like,
what the name dropping? Let's get the
I can't go to therapy. I can't go to therapy.
You really can't.
I did it before I did the Jay-Z Black and White interview. I did an interview with him in Yankee Stadium. I don't know if you ever saw that. Clips of that will show up. So at that time that interview had came out, Justin Timberlake is breaking down to me my Jay-Z interview at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, fire.
He's gassing me.
Fire.
He's telling me the points he liked and when you said this and he said that.
He seemed like a cool dude.
And he's
man.
like, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation. And he's gassing me up. I'm gonna JT. Now I'm hyped. It's 4 a.m. I'm sober now. I'm like, I'm about to interview Justin Timberlake. So I'm hyped. It's like, this was an insane night. That was it. Like that was it.
This ain't the night that Diddy slapped Drake. He didn't fight J. Cole and slap Drake in the same day. Did he?
On a rampage.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of
no,
shit
but I heard
down.
that Cole had got kicked out so quick that by the time it ended, Cole was already outside trying to like move forward with the whole situation of like talking to Puff and that's why it got squashed quick after that because I think the way it happened and how quick he got kicked out and the whole thing.
Something got misconstrued and they got separated quick and it's like
it got separated. But just to think of all that star power and how crazy that night went and just the waves of that, it's like it's one of the most insane industry party nights I've been a part of. Like
you could make it.
Although there was no footage of this, based on people that I've spoken to close to the situation, Diddy really did punch Drake in the face.
Oh, I got that call 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I was laying in my bed, and my phone kept ringing. I'm like, why my phone keep ringing at 4 o'clock in the morning? So I go to look at my phone, and it's my dude, And they ain't, he ain't no just.
You heard the time Elliot said. Drake came in at what time? About 4 a.m.
Random guy in the club. This is somebody that everybody knows.
Right.
He's like, boy, you wouldn't just believe what happened. I'm like, what? Did he just slap Drake? I'm like, where?
Slapped or punched?
I heard a slap. He slapped Drake. He was like behind the scenes behind Club Live. I said like at the back entrance, back door. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But I knew it was real because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. But everybody know I'd be up because I gotta, go do the Breakfast Club in the morning. But lo and behold, it turned out that it was true.
I heard it was over the 0 to 100 beat.
Exactly.
That's what I heard.
That's exactly what I heard.
From my sources.
That's exactly what I heard. We actually broke that on the Breakfast Club, by the way.
Okay.
Like we knew about the whole 0 to 100 beat, everything. I knew exactly what it was over immediately.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm glad that Drake got the 0 to 100 beat. I don't think I'd be checking for Diddy doing the 0 to 100 beat.
Let's be clear. Even though my cold heart is very happy that, Diddy slapped Aubrey. That's just the bullshit in me that appreciates that. I actually sent Diddy an email and said, "You're my hero," But, Drake saved us from a whack record. And I would not want to hit Diddy on 0 to 100.
I don't either.
I don't want to hit Diddy on nothing. Except for
I'm kind of surprised that he's still rapping. And that's no disrespect to Diddy's legacy, but I'm just surprised he's still rapping.
Listen, man.
He don't have to rap.
And we don't have to listen. That's what we all need to keep in mind. I don't listen to Diddy when he raps. I listen to Diddy when he's talking about business.
Right.
When he's talking about Ciroc, or he's talking about Revolt, or he's talking about, that new tequila he got out of. Whatever venture Diddy got going on, I'm listening to Diddy. I'll go to Diddy Instagram and listen to him tell motherfuckers, nigga, stop hating and go out and get something. I like that motivation.
Right.
I love that motivation. The last verse Diddy ever spit that moved me in any way, shape, or form was on that Same Damn Time remix. I don't know who wrote those bars, but whoever wrote that shit for Diddy, they caught the essence of Diddy. Like, that shit made me go to the gym. I'm a workaholic anyway, but that shit had me in the gym for 3 months straight on the treadmill. Boy, your money and my money ain't the same damn kind. I can spend your life and my life at the same damn time. God damn.
Yep.
That shit hurts. It's like, I gotta get on my... You talking about James Brown had to work 10 times harder? Oh, I gotta work 10 times harder. I can't be having nobody talk to me like that.
I would guess that probably Los wrote that. That'd be my guess.
Oh, did he need to get Los back?
Right.
Because Los, whoever that was, captured the essence of Diddy.
So... Charlamagne gets the call around the same time that Elliot Wilson is at the club, basically saying that, Drake just came in right after Cole just left and just got to, which would make sense. And this is what's funny about that whole shit, the play on words. The shit is over a record called 0 to 100. Puff is already on a fucking 100 after he just had a scuffle with Cole. Shit already went to 0 to 100. So Puff was on 100 by the time Cole left and got pretty much, as they say, the security got him out of there. Put Cole right back on his bicycle. Get out of here. And Drake walks in, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, yo. Diddy's on some, I'm looking for you. And next thing you know, oh my goodness gracious. And the funniest part about it is that Kendrick was there. Kendrick was there. That is the funniest shit in the world right now. Because he rapping about it. So he ain't rapping about a rumor. He rapping about some shit he witnessed.
Woo, shit, my man, see if you
Stories about your life till we had enough. How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crashed something. Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell them where you get your abs from.
That line was just brutal. See, like I said, I'm a writer. So that was just scathing, that whole little scheme right there of core ab. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? My first one, like my last one, it's a classic. You don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Then tell them where you got your abs from. V12, it's a fast. First of all, that whole little part right there, including V12. Let me show y'all something real quick. I was looking up with V12. So, there's a thing about Drake supposedly having abdominal surgery. So, before I get into that, right? Before I get into that, what the V12 meant, let me show y'all something. Okay, Shit. So we had talked about Drake possibly having the plastic surgery, right? But let me see if he has it specifically. Okay, no. So we're gonna look up abs Advanta 12, right? Now I know this is gonna sound like foreign language to some of y'all, but to simplify it, let's pull it up here real quick. Simplified in better terms. This is basically to help heal from abdominal pain, extensive abdominal pain. Oh, really? Yeah, this is a real medical site right here. All right, here we go. Advanta 12 is the first market balloon expandable, fully encapsulated stent that has served more than 850,000 patients, known for its precision and predictability. The versatile Advanta V12 has been meeting the needs of surgeons and patients for 20 years and is the only durable solution backed by decades of real-world evidence. The Advanta 12 balloon expandable covered stent is indicated for restoring and improving the patency of the iliac and renal arteries. Renal approval includes 5mm, 6mm, 7mm diameter Advanta 12 sizes. In Canada, the Advanta V12, notice I'm saying that, in Canada, the Advanta V12 covered stent indication includes renal arteries. Now, like I said, for some of you, that's going to be foreign talk. But I tried to break it down as much as I could, as simple as I could. Like I said, this is basically to treat abdominal pain mainly. Other areas around the body, around the arteries, basically. Not just abdominal pain, but mainly around the arteries. So it was a play on words, the V12, because he was talking about Advanta V12. Trying to insinuate once again that Drake had plastic surgery done, in which, of course, this particular product is in Canada. The Advanta V12 balloon. Boy, smart. That boy smart.
V12 is a fast one. Bow, bow, bow. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? A top dog. Who the
And of course, just real quick, the Daft Punk line was mainly in reference to him sampling Daft Punk recently. Who did he do that record with now? Oh yeah, Drake and 21 Savage. On Circo Loco, he basically sampled Daft Punk, and people were like, they were shocked basically. It was that he sampled One More Time. One more time. One more time. He basically sampled that on Circo Loco. And I don't think that was the first time he worked with Daft Punk though. I could have sworn he worked on him for worked with. Oh no, that was a different person. I'm thinking of Just Hold On, We're Going Home, but that wasn't Daft Punk, I don't think. I forgot who that was. But yeah, people couldn't believe that he sampled Daft Punk. So, clever little punchline right there. Headshot for the year, you're going to walk around like Daft Punk. Daft Punk basically walks around with a helmet on their head. They don't show their face ever. They just have helmets on all the time.
Fuck they think they playing with. Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit. Only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that
Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with. Of course, that's in reference to Yachty hanging out with Drake quite often, to the point where, you know, they're doing interviews with each other. Show you out here real quick. Like I said, to the point where they're doing interviews with each other and, you know, hanging out, doing, having poker and getting their nails done together and. Yeah. It's just gotten a little bit out of hand. And of course, Drake reveals Lil Yachty told him to paint his nails. Ooh, boy.
you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy, ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
So he's been standing next to Sexy Red quite a lot. And the double entendre to the Sexy Red and Drake would be in reference to when Joe Budden had mentioned that Drake possibly is getting paid to promote Sexy Red. Which Kendrick thinks in hindsight, he's not actually promoting Sexy Red. He's pretty much just keeping her by his side, but not necessarily trying to elevate her. But with that, of course, you have the line of, you might pop ass with them. In reference to the 21, would you do something for me? Do they even have that up here? Because that was pretty damn hilarious. Oh yeah, this.
In 21, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? 21, do your thing.
That was the once again what Kendrick was referring to with the you might pop ass with him. This dude is hilarious.
Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Try cease and desist on the line.
So let me make sure I bring that back just a little bit too.
Bitches, I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga.
So reason why he pulled that part was because, so as we know, Drake has OVO Records. He has his own imprint label, right? But OVO is supposedly under Universal Music Group, but it's also under Cash Money. But Cash Money, it's also under Young Money. OVO is under Young Money, which Young Money is signed to Cash Money. So that's what he means by It's another nigga signed to another nigga that's supposed to be signed to that nigga. The supposed to be signed to that nigga is Wayne. He's not technically signed to Wayne. He's really just signed to Birdman. But the supposed to be signed to that nigga is Wayne's supposed to be signed to Birdman, which he is not anymore technically. As we all know that there was a legal dispute with that. And him owing money. And Birdman owing Wayne money. So, yeah. It's always been a legal battle recently of Young Money and Cash Money. Into which is the imprint actually still on Cash Money? I mean, they say Cash Money for life, but is Young Money still on Cash Money? In a real sense? Maybe on a imprint behind the scenes, in writing sense, but is it really? Furthermore, is Cash Money still in business with Universal? But them apples. Birdman still have the pull that he once had? Or is he just using and capitalizing off Drake's? But one thing for sure, two things for certain. That's why that whole Rich Baby Daddy thing is also so important as well. Because you have to think about the record deal that Drake got, which was the $400 million from Universal Music Group. He wouldn't have got that from Cash Money. Think about that. His parent label is Cash Money. But he renegotiated with the parent company of Cash Money, which was Universal Music Group. Interesting enough there.
Try cease and desist on I like that record. Oh, what, you ain't like that record?
So he's basically hinting that he sent another cease and desist out, but it was for the Like That record that Kendrick initially dropped on. Isn't that something? So maybe Kendrick actually went back in with some more of the scathing bars after he learned that, possibly too. The way Kendrick was basically he was just up on that like that. I wonder, this is the rumor now that Drake possibly knew that Kendrick was about to come out and diss him right now. Which is kind of crazy at that. Once again, put some more oomph on the beginning opening line of those superpowers are dwindling. I can only watch in silence. You ain't got the same pull you had anymore to even stop me right now. You can't stop a Kendrick Lamar diss, can you?
Back to back, I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. Then tell them to pray, know nothing about that. Then giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering. You don't know nothing about that.
Just completely just going in. Of course, that's as simple as we can say. He's going straight at Adonis. Talking about Drake's son Adonis on this one. Into which Drake, of course, he's trying to say Drake is too busy doing other things that he doesn't have time to be a father. That we basically just see the pictures with Drake because he's just showing them for show. He's not really a father to him. That's the rumor, basically.
V1, it's 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you.
It's not 1v20. It's 20v1 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. So, and the next line would be,
yeah, bring him out too. I clean him out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you.
Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. So Bean is, of course, the ghostwriter. Beam is a ghostwriter that works behind the scenes with OVO. And that leads people to believe that Kendrick might be knowing something else behind the scenes as well with that. I wonder if he knows, because with him specifically naming a ghostwriter like that, I wonder if he knows how many or what ghostwriters exactly work with Drake on that one. That's what I'm getting from that.
Battling ghosts or AI, nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny he was in a film called AI, and my sixth sense telling me to off him. I'm a blick nigga all in it.
Of course, am I battling AI or am I battling you? Of course, referencing the Tupac and the Snoop Dogg that he had to use for Tailor Made freestyle.
Yeah, OB-ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
So, run to America to imitate this, right? I forget something. Okay. As far as the imitate violence from Toronto, he's referencing the fact that Drake has a show called Top Boy. And in the show Top Boy, it's almost, reminiscent to American violent shows about the street. But he wanted to show one in the sense of Canada, in the form for Canada, basically. So that's where that whole line came from of, where we at? Let's make sure I say it specifically, of course. OVO niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America. They imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. Tell them run to America. They imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. Top Boy is, like I said, about a violent street show. I should say, is a violent street show about gang activity. Interesting enough, with all the information and research we just recently did about that as well.
What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be a New Hall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody.
That was crazy right there, because what he was actually naming. Where we at? Was this? And it's crazy he had to change it too, because people thought he said New Hall. As you can see here, New Hall King is 410 Spadina Avenue in Toronto. Now, what was interesting about that was that on the maps, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. We got directions on here. Oh. What he was trying to say was he would be here. I ain't but 3 hours away. Look at this. I'll be in New Ho King, Bridle Path. It's 3 hours away. Listen to the next bar.
Tell me your cheesing, farmer. We could do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas. I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all.
Well, before that, I should say.
Imitate this violence. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference.
We could be on a 3-hour time difference.
Speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be a New Hall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody.
New Ho King, 3.5 hours from Bridle Path. Reason why I keep showing I'm saying about Bridle Path. Bridle Path is where Drake's mansion is. This middle section right here is where Drake lives. Located on Park Lane Circle in the exclusive Bridle Path. Neighborhood of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So, the double entendre, notice, Drake said, you better have some double entendres, some triple entendres. Kendrick has done nothing but double entendres and triple entendres throughout the entire diss record. So 3 hour time difference isn't just the difference between New Hope King and Bridal Path. He's talking about the 3 hour time difference with the time zone of the West Coast. But of course, you have to think about this. Yeah, there's a 3 hour difference in the West Coast time and East Coast time, saying that Drake always wanted to be an East Coast rapper. Think about that as well. Drake's never tried to be a West Coast rapper. He's always tried to be a down south, East Coast rapper. Or uptown or up top East Coast rapper. He said that himself. That Canada used to emulate that. The hip hop scene of Canada used to emulate that on the rap side. They emulated the upper East Coast. Triple entendres all day with Kendrick.
Tell me you're cheesing, farmer. We could do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas, I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all niggas like, field goal punt y'all niggas, they punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't wanna do.
Ooh. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. Stop.
Mm-mm-mm. 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 Unbelievable, y'all. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. That boy K-Dot. K-Dot is something different. K-Dot is something different. And this was worth the wait. I think I speak for everybody when I say this was worth the wait. Kendrick ain't pulling no punches on this whatsoever. I am just like taken back. But it's round one. And if we're doing it, let's be fair real quick. I believe I can still play it. And we the viewers at home, let's debate. Because this is the real round one song, not push-ups.
my man said you do that.
Euphoria. Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Shoo! 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 Shoo!
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his own boys in them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down? Like with a poker face. Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight.
I hate when a rapper talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then I hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior. They must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park his son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. Your Cole and Ivory know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crashed something. Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Then tell them where you get your abs from. V12, it's a fast one. Bow, bow, bow. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? Hey, Top Dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit, only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. Ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet. When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see 2 bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Try cease and desist on a like that record. Oh, what? You ain't like that record? Back to back. I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the
record. Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. Then tell them to pray, know nothing about that. Then giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering. You don't know nothing about that. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them out too, I clean them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny, he was in a film called AI. And my 6 cents telling me to off him. I'm a blick niggas all in they coughing. Yeah, OB-ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. It can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be at New Hog King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Tell me your cheesing farm. We can do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas, I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all niggas like, field goal punt y'all niggas, they punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas, and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't wanna do. Ooh.
We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Stop.